Yeah, good evening everyone. So Shani Camps, let's start off. Hope everyone tried the homework question. Sure, other scams on. What happened, Ali? Why are you so happy?
Nothing, sir.
No, it is good to be happy, nothing wrong with that.
My grandfather crashed me.
Okay. Yeah, normally when you're happy, there can be three things. We have a reason to be happy, or you're enlightened, or you're mad. So you could be enlightened, possible. Chalo, other scams on. Anay, scams on Ekam. Did everyone try this homework problem? Tried, forgot, don't even remember. That is the reason I posted in the group also. Reminder karke. Chalo, try. I'll give you 2 minutes now. So we have a particle projected with u and theta. And like I told you, it's a good question. You need to spend some time on this, but let's see. So here, what we're doing, right? We have a gravity which is changing with x. Gravity is not constant. So the more you travel along x direction, the gravity is becoming more and more. Initially zero, increases, increases more, more and more and more and more. So as you're traveling further and further, the gravity is becoming more and more. Find h max, time of flight and range. Let's get this. Try. It's a good question. This is a proper advanced paragraph level question. We have a projectile with a variable gravity. Vivan, cams on. You can't use your regular formulas. Huh? H max, time of flight, range ka formulas are not valid. Those formulas were derived when g was constant. How do you do this when g is changing? Someone is missing. Who is missing? Ayuka is missing and Pratyush is there. Anna is there. Sarja is missing. Ayuka is missing. Yeah. How do we proceed with this? Range will be u cos theta. Nah. Did you guys try this problem? How many of you tried? Akshika, you tried? Forgot. Vivan, did you try this?
So I tried it, but I didn't get it. So
एकांश किया नहीं ट्राई नहीं किया अंशुल you guys didn't remember only there is you didn't get it. That is fine. If you're not getting, that is okay, but trying is important. Others, be on time for the class, don't be late. Siddharth, Georgia.
Sorry, sir, my bad.
Yeah. How do you do this thing? Georgia, did you do the homework problem? Try kya? Didn't try.
Sir, I tried both
Right.
the problems I tried, but I was having problem with the first one.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Try. I'll give you a minute or two, everyone. Try. Think about it. Then I'll show you. It's a good one. That is the whole reason to give you so much time, like 3-4 days time to try these things. Let's see. T is V minus U by UG cos theta. Pratyush, what is V here? See, let me help you out. First thing, when you're projecting this, this acceleration is g naught x, which is increasing with x. So your velocities will be u cos theta and u sin theta. So can I do like this? So this acceleration a is equal to minus g naught x because it is down. Can I write this thing as v dv by, or can I write this thing as v dv by dx is equal to minus g naught x, and v dv is equal to minus g naught x dx. Can I do this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Remember this? This is a blunder. You can't do this. Can someone tell me why? This is a blunder. Can someone tell me why this is wrong?
Sir, because V is a constant and when you integrate it, it'll give you
Who said
something
v is
else.
constant? Why is v
Because
constant?
X is variable in this, right?
X is a variable. That is agreed.
Sir, because
Because
here we
V
have
is
to
changing
consider
with,
x coordinate,
Right.
so we can't use x like for
sir, V
general
will
reason.
be changing, na?
Ali? You're saying something, Ali. Listen, the catch here is when you're writing the acceleration axis in which direction? A, y, na? So when you write this thing, it should be v subscript y, d subscript y by dy, isn't it? This is not x. Are you getting this? That is a mistake. Acceleration is in the vertical direction, so it is v dv by dy coordinate. So acceleration in the y direction is depending on the x coordinate. So you wrote here v dv by dx. This is wrong. Are you getting it? That is what makes it wrong actually. Acceleration is in y direction, so it should be v dv by dy. But anyway, so that is one. So if you look at here, since horizontal acceleration is 0, so how do we solve this? The x coordinate will be equal to u cos theta into time. So from there we get ay is equal to minus g naught x, which is nothing but minus g naught u cos theta into time. This is the acceleration of the gravity as function of time t. This can be written as d vy by dt is equal to minus g naught u cos theta t. Have a look at till here. I'll show it in the next page. The x coordinate will be u cos theta time, and the acceleration in the y direction is g naught x, so x is u cos theta t. So we have got this acceleration in ay in terms of time. Have a look at the steps. And remember this, you can't do this. Not because integration is wrong, because you're taking the wrong variables. If you're taking acceleration in y, it should be v dv by dy instead of dx. Everyone clear with these steps? Please ask me. The left hand side. Hi, Akansh, Vivan, clear with this? Anshul, Anika, clear? Yes, Aryan, got this? Pratyush, Veer, great. Now, turning the page. Don't worry about the notes, you'll get the PDF, but mainly focus on the problems. You can note on the main points, and you need to see something always, just I'll turn back the page anyways. I'll just show the working. So we got here dvy is equal to, this becomes more of a max question now. G naught u cos theta t into dt. Integrate on both sides. Integral dy minus g naught u cos theta integral t dt. Time will go from 0 to t. Your initial speed is u sin theta, and this will be vy. This will be vy minus u sin theta is equal to minus g naught u cos theta t square by 2. This is the velocity in the y direction as function of time t. If you integrate this again, dy by dt is equal to u sin theta minus g naught u cos theta t square. You get dy is equal to 0 to y coordinate This will be u sine theta dt minus g naught u cos theta integral t square dt. Double integration. This will give me y coordinate is equal to u sine theta time minus, that will be g naught u cos theta. I did a mistake here. This is t square by 2. That will be t cube by 6. This is your y coordinate as function of time t. I can even find the equation of trajectory from here. These are x and y coordinates as function of time t. Right, I missed it. Now, coming back to the question, what do you want to find? You want to find h max? So, or time of ascent. So, how do you find time of ascent? So, time of ascent at h max, Vy is 0. So, if you substitute Vy is equal to 0, you end up with u sine theta minus g naught u cos theta time of ascent square by 2. We get time of ascent is equal to 2 tan theta by g naught ka root. This is the time taken to reach h max. So what is h max? So if you take this time and put it in y coordinate, you get h max. So this will be u sine theta into time of ascent minus g naught u cos theta time of ascent cube by 6. That's your h max. Please have a look at this page once. So what I did, again listen to the steps. So during a projectile motion, even though the gravity is changing with x coordinate, the horizontal acceleration is 0. Therefore, we can still write x is equal to u cos theta t. So I got the x coordinate in terms of time. I took this and substituted here. And then I got ay is minus g naught u cos theta t. I integrated it once. I got velocity as function of time t. I integrated again. I got a position y coordinate as function of time t. At the maximum height, the velocity is 0. If I keep vy is 0, I'm getting time of ascent. If I take this time of ascent and put it in y coordinate, I'll get the h max. If you actually simplify this, this would be u sine theta root tan theta by g naught minus g naught u cos theta by 6. And that would be 2 tan theta by g naught, 2 tan theta by 2 1 by 3. You end up with 2 by 3 u sine theta root over 2 tan theta by g naught. That's your h max. You can simplify that. This is your h max. Question is still not over. You have to find time of flight and range. How to find time of flight and range from here? Can you think from here? I'll give you a minute. I did the major work. Now, can you find time of flight and range from here? This is how you handle
For
variable
range, we can
acceleration.
put y coordinate 0.
Perfect. If you keep y 0, you come back to the ground, right? You get time of flight. Then how do you get that little time of flight? And if you take time of flight and keep it in the x coordinate, you'll get range. Please check out this page, everyone. Anyone not clear with any particular step here, please ask. Clear? Anay, is this clear? Sharja? Clear? Ali, got this thing? So here, for range, that is you come back to the ground level, this would be r comma 0. That is 0 comma 0. For range, y coordinate will become 0. If you put y is equal to 0 in this equation, which is u sine theta time of flight minus g naught u cos theta time of flight cubed by 6. We get time of flight is root over 6 tan theta by g naught. Did you observe something? If I ask you to find time of descent, there's a time taken from h max to this thing. This is time of flight minus time of ascent. You end up with root 6 minus root 2 root tan theta by g naught. Ascent and descent are not equal. Time of ascent is root 2 tan theta by g naught. Time of descent is root 6 tan theta by g naught. That itself is a question. Find the ratio of time of ascent and time of descent. And for range, r is equal to u cos theta into time of flight. So u cos theta into root over 6 tan theta by g naught. Check. That's your answer. It's a good one. It's a complex one. Easy nahi hai. So make sure to try this again on your own tomorrow. Getting it? Again, I'm telling you,
So
whatever you
how
do in the
did you
class, you should
got
try it on your own. Ali?
So how did you got range is a u cos theta time of flight?
Arey, x coordinate na re, God. What is range? Maximum x coordinate, isn't it? The horizontal distance traveled in time of flight. Isn't that the definition of range? Are you getting this? If I put y is equal to 0, I get the time of flight. If you get the time of flight, put that in the range ka formula and you'll get the answer. Please have a look at the steps. Anyone not clear with this? Ekansh, Lakshika, clear with this? Anyone who got till here? Anyone got till here? Y coordinate part. Ekansh got it. Lakshika, did you get it? No, didn't try that thing. Pratyush, Anshul, did you guys reach till here?
Sir, I did mistake in that integration.
Integration you messed up. Clear with this? Any doubts on this? Please ask me. Any step you're not convinced? Anay, are you clear with this? Aryan, got this? Anika, Arya, clear? Can I go ahead? Yes, clear with this thing. Ali, be a little serious in the class. I find you laughing again and again. It's not good. And make sure I can see your full face on the cam. Next thing. This was the first homework question we did give in the last class. The second homework question. Try this. I gave you time for these things to try, meaning you should have spent at least half an hour on each of this question. 2 by, I think Lakshika got the answer for this. Okay. Try this thing. That might be right, I guess. What did I ask you? Find the ratio of horizontal velocity by this thing. No? Yeah, it might be right, Lakshika. Try this, everyone. Read this and try to get it. Did everyone understood the question? A stone is projected from a ground in such a direction so as to hit a bird. So you're projecting with some speed u and theta. This was your h max to h. Somewhere here at a height h, there is a bird. The bird is going with some speed v. The stone is projected with u and theta. So he's saying, as the bird starts flying, this stone from here travels like this and hits the bird here. Obviously, it will be also at the same height h because the bird is flying horizontally. So the question they're asking is find the ratio of the velocity of the bird, that is v, by horizontal velocity of the stone, u cos theta. This was the question. This is where the stone hits the bird. Always draw a diagram. Physics, if you can't draw a diagram, means you didn't understand the question. Small things, but these things will matter a lot when you're studying. This is not just a 1 day or 1 week course, so you have to learn things systematically. This was the question. H max was 2h. The stone is at a h and h ka height, so the bird is flying horizontally, gets hit at that point. Find the ratio of the speed of the bird by horizontal speed of the stone. Anyone still confused with the question, please ask me. If you didn't understand the question, it is my fault. You understood the question, don't know how to do, that's okay, let's do it together. Try, you got 2-3 minutes first. Question should be clear. You didn't get that, do ask me. Hope everyone has given the exam. Right? Aryan, you didn't register for the exam. Did you register? Did I give you the access?
No, sir, I did
I
not
told you
get
to
the
ping me in
access.
WhatsApp, right? I told you to ping me in
Yes,
WhatsApp.
I just actually my phone is not with me for a few days. I just got it back today.
So do ping me, I'll send you the access. Right? You just ping me, I'll give you the link, register for that. Because the new paper will be released tomorrow morning for the coming week. I'll post the results of this week. Get this one. Everyone, make sure to give the exam sincerely, okay? They're very important. They'll keep you on, in proper shape. Every week, one paper, not too much. How do we do this? Vivan, you gave the exam, right?
No, sir, actually, it's the
Okay, but you got the access.
I'll give you honors. Yeah, I'll give
Yeah.
you.
Should I help you guys? Let's see. So first thing, this was H. This was also H. So initially the stone was, let's call this coordinate x1 comma 0. Let's call this thing x2 comma 0. So this coordinate will be x1 comma h. This coordinate will be x2 comma h. And here our bird is actually flying from here to here. And let this guy ka velocity be u and theta, and let this be 0 comma 0, and this will be the range. Now here, and this central height is 2h. So we know 2h is nothing but h max, which is u square sine square theta by 2g. So from here we get h is equal to u square sine square theta by 4g. So keep it aside, we're going to use this later. Now from this equation of trajectory, do you remember trajectory ka second form? Y is equal to x tan theta 1 minus x by r. This is equation of trajectory ka second form. The equation of trajectory, there are two forms. Y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2 u square cos square theta, or y is equal to x tan theta 1 minus x by r, where r is the range. Both are one and the same. You can just modify this formula into this. So in this formula, if you look at this, so y coordinate is h, x is x, so this will be x tan theta, and this would be minus x square tan theta by r. What did we get here? For this equation, is the quadratic equation in terms of x. So for this equation, x1 and x2 are the roots of this quadratic equation. Means you are finding the x coordinates of the particle when it is at a height h. So x1 and x2 are the roots of this quadratic equation. Now, what are you trying to find here? You are trying to find the velocity, right? So if the bird ka speed is v, think about it. How much did the bird travel? For the bird, the time taken will be x2 minus x1 by v. And for the stone, the time taken will be x2 by u cos theta. Because the stone will travel this distance, the bird will travel this distance. Is that making sense? The distance traveled by the bird is x2, by the stone is x2, horizontal distance, whereas the bird is x2 minus x1. And you're asking me here to find v by u cos theta, which is nothing but v is x2 minus x1 by u cos theta is x2. So 1 minus x1 by x2. So from this quadratic equation, we need to find the two roots, x1 and x2, and substitute in this formula, get the answer. Is that making sense? You're getting what we did? So for this equation of trajectory, the two roots, for the same height, we get two roots, x2 and x1. And you're asking the bird travels a distance of x2 minus x1. That is this distance here. This is distance traveled by bird. This is the distance traveled by the stone. The time is same. Please check this page. Ask me if there's any confusion on this. If you got till here, physics part got over. What comes after this is maths. This will be proper advanced question. Like I said, the two homework questions which I gave you are proper advanced ones. They need time. You need to think about them a bit. But please ask me anywhere if you're confused. Hi, Ekansh. Got this thing. Anshul? Aryan, clear with this? Arya? Sure. Pratyush? Siddharth? Yash? Veer? Clear with this? Lakshika did the same thing? You did some other method. Same method. No, what did you do? How did you approach this problem? You can just unmute and tell them.
Sir, I put the value of ut minus half at square, and then I solved the quadratic. And
Okay.
then the value that out of the two values, the larger value, I used that to find the
collision
value of
thing.
v into t. Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
other two values I subtracted and multiplied by u cos theta.
Okay. I think something similar, I guess we did. You are using time, I'm using x. So in that y thing you are using y is equal to u sine theta t minus half gt square. Right? Yeah. Same thing. So end of that, we have to solve a quadratic. So we got this quadratic here. So the roots are x square by r. But did you find that less steps, or this is having or something same steps? Let's see. Once the working is over, you tell me how many steps is that one. Methods are right, but something can be more easy. So this is the quadratic. Find the roots. So x would be tan theta plus or minus b square tan square theta minus 4ab, that is 4h by r tan theta by 2 tan theta by r. So in this, one root is x1 and one root is x2. So we need to find v by u cos theta. If you just find x2 by x1, x1 by x2 will be tan theta minus root over tan square theta minus 4h by r. R is, I'll do one thing here. H is how much? U square sine square theta by 4g. And range is u square sine 2 theta by g. If you divide h by r, u square cancels off. We end up with sine square theta by 4. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cos theta. That would be tan theta by 8. Perfect. So this would be 4 tan square theta by 8 by tan theta plus root over.
That will be tan theta, na? Tan square theta.
यहाँ पे एक tan theta already एक tan theta है ना. This is h by r ना. This I kept it here. So the tan theta gets cancelled off. It will be 1 minus 1 by root 2 by 1 plus 1 by root 2. This is root 2 minus 1 by root 2 plus 1. What you want to find is v by u cos theta is 1 minus x1 by x2. To substitute here, you end up with root 2 plus 1 by root 2 minus 1, 2 by root 2 plus 1. That's your answer. Lakshika, your method has lesser steps or it is the same?
It has lesser steps actually.
It has lesser steps, na? Time ke saath.
Yes.
Even I had that feeling when you said time. Okay, that is another way to do with the time. This is another way to do. This might be a little lengthy, but I hope you all got the steps. So once you got x1, x2, main thing is figuring out this thing that v by u cos theta is 1 by x1 by x2, and x1 and x2 are roots of this. Physics got over in this page. This is just brute force solving. It is max. Now, using this method, right? Lakshika is saying you can do with time. Even I think there will be shorter way. So you guys try that now at home as a homework. Finding time and try it with that method. See, that is how you learn. There can be 3 or 4 methods and one might be better. Maybe they have less number of steps. So nothing wrong with that. Do check it out. Any doubts on this thing? Any part you didn't understand in this page, ask me. This is the main thing. All clear with this? So let's do some easy questions. Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this page that you're not convinced or not clear? Please ask. Everyone should definitely try these two problems again on your own tomorrow. Take a rough paper, see the question, and try to replicate it. Trust me, half of you won't get it again. That is okay. But see why it went wrong and learn. That is how you learn. Because right now you did nothing. I did all the effort. You are just looking at it like a movie. You don't learn that way. You have to try it on your own again. Clear? Next one. Let's see something more decent. The previous two problems are actually a little monstrous. No, they're not that deadly, but yeah. Let's throw some stones into a building. So we have a person here who is frustrated because there is too much physics homework and starts throwing stones into the windows. Ali, what do you think? Reasonable. So you're throwing stones with a speed of 20 meters per second at an angle theta. So this stone goes there and falls into a window, which is at a distance of 20 meters. The distance between the 2 points is 20 meters. Find theta if the stones fall inside the window. Get an easy one. This is a mains level or a bits level question. Particle is projected with speed of 20 meters per second into a window at a depth of 20 meters at a distance of 20 meters. Find the angle theta so that the stone goes into the window. Do check this out. Standard question. I'm sure you must have thrown stones before. Maybe not into someone's house, but maybe into a lake.
So the 20 meter is the distance between two,
Between the buildings, yeah, point of projection and the landing point. I still remember I did throw a stone like this when I was in school. It hit the head of someone. I was taken to the principal. It was a mess. Now, after that, I became pretty popular in the school as a rowdy character. It was fun. So, how to do this thing? Yeah, but nowadays schools have become pretty strict. They would simply suspend me. How do we do this? Always think of like this, huh? See, always think of what data do I have and what should I fit in. The point of projection is always the origin. So if the stone is landing here, the coordinates are 20, comma minus 20. Now think about it. Think about it. I know u, I know x, I know y. I'm asking for theta. Is there any equation that you know which has all these four variables? Which equation is that? That is how you should always think. What data do I have and which equation fits this? Huh, Aryan? I know u, I know x coordinate, y coordinate, and I want to find theta. Which equation fits this? What happened, Aryan, today? You're sleepy? Not well? You should give them coming up exam, huh, Aryan? You are not supposed to skip the next exam. So do register. Vivan, you also. Tan inverse 5. People, there's only one equation which fits. Which equation? Equation of trajectory. Y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. So y is minus 20. X is 20. Tan theta, I don't know. I need to find that. G is 10. X square is 20 square. 2u is 20 square. Cos square theta is secant square theta. That is 1 plus tan square theta. 20 square goes off. 10 goes off. So you end up with minus 2 tan theta plus half 1 plus tan square theta. You got a quadratic and tan theta. Simplify this. We get tan square theta plus 4 tan theta minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 plus 3. What is that? Yeah, this is the minus sign. I goofed up. This will be tan square theta minus 4 tan theta plus 3 is equal to 0. So the roots will be tan theta is 4 plus or minus root over 4 square 16 minus 12. That is 4. This is also minus 3. That will be 16 plus 12, 28 by 2. So 2 plus or minus root 7. There are two answers, people. Why are we getting two answers? One is up and another is a negative angle. Means you can throw the stone like this also. We didn't think about it, but Max is saying there are two angles. One is a negative angle. If you see 2 minus root 7 is a negative angle. So we have two angles there. Two angles are possible. If it's a multiple choice question, you have to write both of them. Tan inverse 2 plus or minus root 7. One is a positive angle, you have to throw up. One is a negative angle, means you're throwing down. Easy. You just have to put it in the equation and you're done. Check this out. So you just have to put the equation of trajectory and you're done. So see, that is how you should always think. What data do I have and which equation fits? Yeah, you can use equation of motion also, but end of the day, by trajectory equation aayega wapas aane ka. You will eliminate time and do it, na? You get the same thing. Clear? Next one. Any doubts on this? Anyone not clear with this? Please ask. Clear with this? Ali, clear, na? Ali, clear? Ali, are you there? There, huh? Respond, Nare. What happened? You're not keeping well today. You're hungry.
Nothing, sir. What lunch?
See, na, you're sounding also so dull. There's no enthusiasm there. Last time you were eating ice cream, they were so happy and shouting. You should eat ice cream before the class. 42. Next one, see. We have a building here. We have two particles. Particle A is thrown with speed u horizontally. Particle B is thrown with speed 2u horizontally on both the sides. So this guy goes like this. This guy goes like this. So A and B are projected horizontally with u and 2u in opposite directions? As shown. First question, find the time when velocity vectors are perpendicular. So both the velocity vectors should become perpendicular. The second thing, displacement vectors are perpendicular. We have done this in vectors. I told you a statement in vectors. Whenever you hear the word two vectors are perpendicular, what is indirectly being asked?
Dot product.
Pratyush?
The dot product.
Dot product should be 0, isn't it? That's a big hint. Whenever in a question they talk about vectors and they say perpendicular, they're talking about dot product. Because if two vectors are perpendicular, dot product is 0. Get this? So two particles are projected horizontally with u and 2u in the opposite directions are shown. So find the time when the velocity vectors are perpendicular, find the time when the displacement vectors are perpendicular. Siddharth, the answers should try. Try. Why people are so tired today? I don't know what happened. Be little active. Everyone should try the problems.
Sir, it will come in terms of u.
Yeah, it will come in terms of u. U and g. If you feel tired during the class, you should actually take a 15-minute nap before the class. Helps. U root 2 by g. That looks right. Root 2u by g. Yeah, I think right. Anika, Pratyush, Lakshik, all of you got it right. Right, get the next one also. Others should type your answers in the chat box here to the co-host. Host is the tablet where I'm writing. I can't see anything there. I'm seeing you guys on my desktop actually. That is a co-host. How do we do this? You theta नहीं आएगा एकांश theta है ही नहीं. Where did you bring theta from? See, what is being asked? In the first case, this particle A is going something like this. Particle B is going something like this. So at any instant, if you look at this velocity VA, and if you extend the vector, at any instant, if you take this velocity VB, and if you extend the vector, he's saying these two are perpendicular. That was the first question. The second question, B, the displacement meaning initial to final line. This is a displacement vector, RA bar. this was a displacement vector RB bar. When you extend them, these two are perpendicular. I hope you're getting the difference. Velocity vector meaning the tangents should become perpendicular. Displacement vector's initial to final length should become perpendicular. That was the question there. So here, how do you find velocity vector? VA, you're projecting horizontally with u. Horizontal velocities never change. U I cap. Vertical velocity, there's no initial vertical velocity, so minus GT J cap. In case you're wondering how the hell did I get this, you should go back to the basics. If you see the velocity profile here, we wrote this thing in velocity profile. When you're projecting it horizontally, what is theta? Theta is 0, right? If you're projecting horizontally, theta is 0. So u cos theta becomes ui, u sin theta becomes 0 and minus gt. Do like check this out. The horizontal projectile will have a theta 0. That's why I keep telling you, revise your notes, your basics should be clear. As you're going ahead, the questions become tougher. The reason they become tougher is because people expect that your basics are clear. Whatever we did before that, you remember. If you don't remember, then the things will keep going tough if you don't revise and don't solve on daily basis. And what about velocity B? You're projecting into the left-hand side, so minus 2 ui cap and minus gt j cap. If you're still confused, please ask, I'll explain. Anytime, remember that you're not understanding something, you need to ask, don't hesitate, get it cleared. You can leave me a message, you can unmute and ask. If you still feeling shy, ask me under the class, but ask. This is not school. I will never scold you like, oh, for asking silly doubts, but do ask and get things cleared. Since you said both are perpendicular, VA bar dot VB bar is 0. Minus 2u square plus g square t square is 0. So t will be root 2u by g. So in this case, displacement vector RA bar is x coordinate. X coordinate will be how much? U into time plus u sine theta t minus half gt square, but there's no sine theta there. Minus half gt square j cap. What is the position vector of B? Minus 2u ti cap because you're going to the left hand side. Minus half gt square j cap. How did I get this? Again, the basics. Always go back to the basics. This was your position vector. U cos theta time, u sin theta time minus half gt square. Theta is 0. So u sin theta ka term becomes 0. And then done, dot product is 0. So there I combine dot product with the projectile. So this will be minus 2 u square t square plus 1 by 4 g square t power 4 is 0. We get t is equal to 2 root 2 u by g. Both are not same. Please check. It's a good question. This will be a proper mains level question. Huh? This is not advanced question. This is a mains level question. Mains is a moderate level question. But these are important. Even in advanced paper, right? 1/3 of the paper you will find easy only. The second 1/3 will be moderate. The third 1/3 will be tough. If you can handle the easy and moderate questions, you will be in. If you can just handle all that easy and moderate questions properly, you can push your rank till 2000 arams. After that, it's a game. You want to get a rank better than 2000, you have to keep doing more of those tough questions. But first, you need to push till 2000. Clear with this? Anyone didn't understand any particular step here? Please ask. Sarjan, clear with this? Vivan, understood this? Sure, no? Aryan? Arya? Sure with this? Yash? Siddharth? Anay, clear with this? What happened? You're catching your head. You're getting a headache. Projectile motion gives you a headache. Nee? So there was a theory like this. If you have some prisoners and you want to torture them, you can tie them up and teach physics. That's what I tell the medical students. You guys still love physics. Medical students hate physics. For them, it looks like a torture. Clear with this? Next one. Any doubts? All clear, I suppose. We're clear with this. Perfect. Next one. Let's change the problem a bit. A particle is projected with u theta. The gravity is g for the first half of the range. Then the gravity becomes 2g. So once the particle reaches h max, the gravity becomes 2g. So here R is the range. U square sine 2 theta by g. So now we know the particle won't go to the as usual distance. It will fall somewhere even close by, isn't it? Find x. This question I'm teaching from almost 4-5 years. Last year it came in advance. थोड़ा numbers change हुआ था. This was g and this was 0.8 g, but idea was the same. That's what, it's not because I'm predicting questions from advance. We do so many different varieties and models, right? Something will come. वो छोड़ दो. The best part was there is a one question in calculus which we did that came directly in the exam. Even I was surprised. Anyways, get this thing. I hope the question was clear. A particle is projected with u and theta. Once you cross the h max, if the gravity changes, when the particle reaches h max, the gravity becomes 2g. After crossing h max, the gravity doubles. Now, see, these kind of questions, mains and bits, they don't ask. But advanced, they will ask. That is the difference between mains and advanced. Mains, they will stick to the standard questions like what we did last one. This was the standard model, 42, 41, like this. Advanced, they really expect you to think a bit and think logically. So that's why score mains, right? You can just score 80 out of 100 without much difficulty if you practice the problems properly. Advanced is a different monster. Let's get this. So whenever we do, we will always do a balance of both. That's how we learn. U squared sine 2. You can give me answer in terms of R, Rekant, but I think you got it right. Try. 2 minutes. You're right, Aaron. Try, everyone. Give it a try. Pratyush, you are right. Anay, think about it. Once you reach Hmax, what is the speed at Hmax, Anay? What is the speed of the particle when it reaches Hmax? You're not revising notes, Anay. Bol raha na, what is the use? Tell me now. What is the point of attending the classes when you're not revising and doing the work? This is not right, right? This won't help you. Right? See, when you came, what did you say? Sir, I will study, I will do everything, right? Then why are you not doing it? Again, I'm telling you, everyone, in case, right, if you're thinking, you attend the classes and somehow a miracle happens without doing work, you're in the wrong place. So if you're mistaken that way, you can leave the class. I'll refund you the full fees. You can leave. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're here to work and to study, get a rank, so be serious about it. It's an easy question, Anna. Direct question, though. It was written there, velocity profile. At the highest point, what is the velocity? U cos theta. It's there in the notes. No, but I'm serious about this, guys. I'm telling you. I don't want people, right? If you're just here thinking like, I will just listen to the class and go, some miracle will happen. I think you're in a wrong place. Please leave. Because I have only bandwidth for 2 batches. Once the batches are full, I stop taking students. So I will take someone other guy who is more serious about it. Already 1 batch is full. Your second batch is getting full. I have only another 6 or 7 vacancies. and we are just still starting of the year. There'll be someone who will put more fight and do that. It is more better for them. So don't waste your time and don't waste your parents' money if you're not serious. More than you, right? I feel bad for your parents for spending so much money. If you guys are not serious about studying or putting a fight for it, and it is going to be a fight, I'm telling you. I'll be taking PTMs every 3-4 months. I'll literally be calling out your name and I'll be telling your parents also what you're doing, what you're not doing. And that is every week a test. That's the reason I take. That is how I get a feedback. Online class, I can't see you. I don't know what you're doing at home, but every week a exam score tells me what you're studying, what you're doing. Why do you think I keep telling you to post your answers in the group? That is how I know how you are responding in the class. So please do take things seriously. It is your own career. I'm telling you, don't study for me or don't study for your parents. You need to do it for yourself if you're serious about getting into a good college. I'm not even saying IIT. BITS, NITs, triple ITs, you need to put some fight. And you're still in the starting stages. You can't be this relaxed and chilled out. How to do this? So think about that. You seriously can't put a fight. You think, nay, I'm going to chill out. I'll just study one day before. Please leave. You can just inform Mimi ma'am. We will do the needful. We will refund you by fees by tomorrow. You can leave the class. No need to attend from next class. I won't take a single rupee for whatever you attended so far. I'm least bothered. Let's say this thing, u cos theta and h max. So this is what is happening. So at the highest point, the velocity of the particle is u cos theta, and the height of the particle is h max. So the gravity has become 2g. So this question has become like a new problem where you have a building of height h max, and someone is throwing with a speed of u cos theta, and it is going and falling on the ground. And the gravity is 2g. I'm asking for the range. Isn't this the same question? This has become like this. So when you're throwing from a building, what is the time of flight? Root over 2h by gravity, but gravity becomes 2g. So this will become u square sine square theta by 2g square. So this will be u sine theta by g root 2. And this range here is x. X will be the horizontal velocity into time of flight, which will be cos theta u sine theta by g root 2. Multiply and divide by 2. This will become u square sine 2 theta by 2 root 2 g, which is nothing but r by 2 root 2. So this guy goes and falls here at a distance of r by 2 root 2. That's your answer. Please check. The whole question becomes as if you're throwing from a maximum from a building of height 2h when the gravity has become 2g. Time of flight is how do you do this? Please check this thing. Any doubts on this? Anay, are you sure? Got this? Others? Aryan? Anika, clear, na? Sarja, clear with this? Can I go ahead? Next one. Ali, clear with this? Anshul, got this thing, na? Next one. Let's say a particle is projected with u theta. We have gravity here. We also have a horizontal acceleration. This is a horizontal acceleration due to wind. So wind is blowing horizontally, which is creating an additional acceleration A. The first one. Find h max, range, and time of flight. Draw the trajectories for different values of A. Meaning I want you to draw the path of the particle for different values of A. Find A if the particle comes back to the initial position. This will be a paragraph or a matrix matching. Let's get this. Again, all the equations we derived will not work because there was no horizontal acceleration. I hope the question was clear. In the beginning, if you remember, I was continuously telling you, AX is 0, AX is 0. Now AX is not 0. Let's see how we do this. Get the first one. You got 2 minutes for the first part. Just give it a try. I'll get some water and come. Let's see. What is Hmax and time of flight and the range? Hmax and time of flight are interesting answers. Think, we got a minute more for the first part. All right, Pratyush. That is right. Others, we have one answer. Kanksh, you're also right. We have 2 answers. Siddharth, any answers? Anshul, Saurja, Aryan, Yash, answers. Veer, Arya, any answers? Ali? You type in the chat box, got something. If you guys remember the story, right? When we derived this, we wrote a story there. Think about it. Anything that happens in the vertical direction is only because of the vertical velocity. So the time of flight and the time of Hmax will depend on what velocity? Vertical, right? Can you see the formula? Uy square by 2g, 2u by g. Means because of a horizontal acceleration, nothing happens in the vertical direction. So due to horizontal acceleration, the vertical components do not get affected. Therefore, time of flight is 2u vertical by acceleration in the vertical direction, which is 2u sine theta by g. Nothing changes. Hmax is u vertical square by 2a vertical. So u square sine square theta by 2g. What about range? Range gets affected. So range ka formula becomes now u cos theta into time of flight plus half ax time of flight square. This was the formula. So ux is u cos theta. Time of flight is 2u sine theta by g. It's not difficult. You just have to add one additional term here. Acceleration will be minus sign because a is blowing backward, and time of flight square will be 2u sine theta by g whole square. You can simplify this. This thing turns out to be u square sine 2 theta by g, the regular range, by 2a u square sine square theta by g square. There, that's your new range. No need to remember this, but remember how to do this. This is the first part of the question. That's the main idea there. Because the wind is blowing horizontally, it won't affect anything in the vertical direction. How does the path look like? Can you show the second question here? Yeah. Draw the trajectories of the particle for different values of A. See, how does the path look like? This is important. Listen, they can ask you this diagram and they can, let's say u and theta. This would be the regular range if A is 0. So if there's no horizontal wind, it will just fall normally. Let me draw something here. Okay. This is your H max. Now remember this. H max is independent of A, meaning if you have something like this sort, I'm not drawing this properly. There. This is the case if acceleration of the wind is positive, if it's in the forward direction. Suppose if the wind is blowing backward, like this, if A is negative, you can even have a case like this where the wind is blowing so hard, you're getting it, the A is backward. A is very high in the backward direction. So wind is blowing so hard, the particle goes back. Did you observe for one thing from all these particles? All of them have same H max. No matter whatever is the acceleration of the wind, all of them will have same H max. Means the trajectory will always touch the red line. H max is independent of acceleration. Therefore, all trajectories touch that red line or touch H max ka line. Are you getting this? And second thing, the vertical component is same for all. So exam mein they'll ask you like this. They'll give you these graphs, the trajectories, and they'll ask you what is happening karke. All have same H max. That means all must have same vertical velocity. This is how the paths will look for different windical accelerations. Wind is positive, wind is backward, wind is more backward, matlab highly backward. Please check. C part, right?
Sir,
हाँ Shaudya.
sir, can there be a case where the range is 0?
वही तो है ना क्वेश्चन सी. That is only question C. Find A if that comes back to the same position. Means what? Range is 0, right? What can you do for that? You can put this equal to 0. But there's a better way. Listen. When you say it comes back to the same range, right? Most people think like this. This is not a possible path. You can never come back like this. Since equation of trajectory is always parabola. This is not a parabola. Even though wind is blowing, you still get a parabola. It's a quadratic equation. So how is this possible? There's only one possibility. The wind is blowing such that the acceleration of the wind and the gravity together, the resultant, is opposite to the speed. Is that making sense? The net acceleration minus ai cap minus gj cap is opposite to the velocity vector. If A and V are opposite, what will happen? It will become a 1D motion. That means this particle will go in a line and come back along the same line. So this is possible when tan theta is equal to G by A or A is equal to G cot theta. You can do this from the first part also. If you put this is equal to 0, you'll get G cot theta. But this is a more technical of understanding, meaning there is one path here which goes like this. It goes in a line and comes back in a line. Let me use a different color for that. It goes in a line, comes back in a line. So this happens for A is equal to G cot theta. Have a look at this. So this kind of path will never be possible. If the particle goes and comes back to the same point, means it must have gone in a straight line. All clear with this? Clear with this? Anay, clear with this? Anay, are you there in the class? Anay, are you there in the class? Please focus on the
Yes.
class. I can see you
Yes,
talking
sir,
to
I'm
someone.
there.
Yeah. Because I'm not getting any answers from you. On top of it, you're talking to someone and during the class. So I don't see you being attentive in the class. Clear with this thing, everyone? Next one. Let's say we have a wall here. A particle is projected with u and theta. Particle goes, hits the wall and falls on the ground. This is D. A particle hits the wall elastically. What do you mean by elastically? There's no loss of energy. This implies the horizontal component of velocity gets reversed. More about this, you have a separate chapter, but for now, this much idea is important. Let me explain you in more detail. That means if you have a particle which is going like this, after hitting the thing, it will bounce off like this. This is what happens. The horizontal component is Vx. This is Vy. After collision, the Vx will reverse, Vy will remain same. Are you getting the meaning of this? I'm sure you must have played carom board, right? Doesn't that how it looks? When you hit that striker, it goes like this and bounces like this, no? And if you observe here, the velocity, this vertical component will reverse, the horizontal component remains same. It comes like this and it becomes like this. So the question is, if this ball goes and hits the wall and falls on the ground, find x. So particle hits the wall elastically and then lands on the ground. Find X. Get this. No, this is another variety. Right, Lakshya. You can give the answer in terms of R. R is range. U square sine theta by G. Right, Anita. Siddharth, you're also right. Try. Others, I'll give you another minute. See, there's no need to solve anything. It's actually a pretty nice idea there. Think of like this. And this is not the actual question. They're projecting with U and theta. Ideally speaking, if nothing had happened, it would have just gone here and landed here at R. Agreed? But now what you did, you went and kept a wall in the middle. And if you observe, I'm saying whatever is supposed to happen on this side, it will happen on this side. Isn't it just a mirror reflection? Because at this instant, the velocity Vx and Vy, it will simply reverse the direction. So if this was Vx and this was Vy, after hitting the wall, the Vx will become this way and Vy will be this way. So whatever is supposed to happen on the right hand side will happen on the left hand side. So after collision with the wall, the path will be a mirror image of the right side of the thing. After collision with the wall, the path would be a mirror image. That means if the total is R and this distance is D, so this would have been R minus D. Since it is a mirror image, this also should be R minus D. Easy? Is that making sense? That's it. There's no need to solve, no equations, nothing. You can actually see it from symmetry. Clear? Ali, clear with this? Vivan, understood? Veer, clear with this? Yash? Aryan? Sarja, clear? Now, a better version of this question. Turn in the page, everyone. Ali, can I turn the page? Yeah. The actual question is this. What if there are two walls? The distance between them is 3r by 13. And you project a ball from here at speed u and theta. So what will happen? This will go hit, It will hit, so it will bounce between the walls. This is going to bounce between the walls. So the question is, find the point where it lands on the ground. All these are elastic walls. Find the point where the ball lands on the ground. Let's get this. Try. Everyone should give it a try. It's a good one. Something like this came in the exam. Numbers are not same, but they did ask something of this sort. Answers 1 by 10R. 10R by 13 कैसा आएगा प्रत्युष? Distance is only 3R by 13. Meaning your answer will be like R by 13 from the left side, 2R by 13 from the right side, like that, no? The R by 13, R by 13 from where? Left or right? You guys need to mention that also. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming you're saying from left. Listen to this thing. Again, it's quite an easy one. If there was no wall, you would have gone till here. Now look at this thing. If there was no wall, you would have just gone and landed somewhere here. Now look at this thing. Every time you go a distance of 3R by 13, you hit the wall. So you just cut the, you fold the parabola into multiple things. So 3R by 13, 3R by 13, 3R by 13, 3R by 13. The total should be R. And last may you're left out with R by 13. Is this making sense? So look at this path now. So when you go from here to here, this is how you're traveling. This is your first collision. The second part, this was your second collision. This part was your third collision. This part was your fourth collision. And that last part is your fifth collision. Is this making sense? You simply take the parabola and fold it at every 3R by 13, fold it. You just fold the parabola multiple times at 3r by 13. And where do you land? You land at a distance of r by 13 from the left-hand side. Is this making sense? And what is h max? Still the same. U square sine square theta by 2g. Because whenever you hit the wall, horizontal velocity will change. Vertical component does not get affected. What is time of flight? 2u sine theta by g. The walls, collision with the walls do not affect the vertical motion. The motion only shifts from left to right and right to left. Collisions do not affect the vertical motion. So time of flight and this thing will remain same. Please check this out. It's a good one. So there is no need to use any calculations, nothing. You take the parabola and simply, fold it into multiple things, you get the answer. All clear with this? Any doubts on this? Anyone not clear with this, please ask. Javir.
Sir, I did not understand how from the left, by 13 from left.
Where is point 4? This is 4, so this is 4, no? See now, where is the first collision? This is the right wall, 1. 2 is the left wall, 3 is the right wall, 4 is the left wall, no? Right, left, you're hitting. So the fourth collision happened where? From the fourth wall, from the left wall. And from there you went at a distance of r by 13. Sure? Yeah. So collisions won't affect vertical motion. Yeah, meaning if the walls are frictionless, it won't affect. If walls have friction, then it will affect. All clear with this? Anay, got this thing? Sure? Yeah. Yes, clear now? Anika, got this? Perfect. The next thing. Projectile on an inclined. We'll finish off a bit of a theory on this and 1 or 2 problems. We'll do more on this in the next class. So projectile from a building, projectile on the ground, we have done different varieties. You guys need to start solving. You can finish off your HCV. And if you're doing your classes ka material, I'm telling you again, the classes ka material should be a number 1 priority. Once you're done with this, you can solve my material, right? It has 6 levels, level 1 to level 6. Level 1 to level 4 is like proper mains and advanced. Level 5 and 6 are good questions, pretty tough ones. So if you have finished with most of it, you want additional practice, you can go for level 5 and level 6. But if you're from PACE or LN and if you're done with your booklet, I think you can directly jump to level 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it is sufficient. There's no need to do more materials. And my material also, right? I used to work in Hyderabad in this campus called China campus, which is Chaitanya and Narayana there. It is a pretty good campus. Every year in 100, they used to get at least, top 100, they used to get at least 10 to 12 ranks. It was a big campus there. So it was their content. Okay, so I literally copied it and changed the name. Nothing to hide. So PACE people use Bansal ka material. LN also uses Bansal. So all materials are copied. So the point is, if you get a good material, you should use it. Who cares whose material it is? So it's a good material. The reason I'm telling you all that is because don't think like it is some junk material. It's a good one. So if you're solving your classes ka material and my booklet, I think that is taken care of your physics part. But still, you feel like, sir, nahi karna hai some other book, you can go for DC Pandey or Cengage. Cengage I don't like because it has too many questions. By the time you complete the chapter, time gets over. So stick with your classes ka material and HC Verma and my booklet. I think that should be more than sufficient. And every week I'm conducting a paper. So that takes care of all tough questions also. Meaning currently the papers are easy, but they'll become tough later on. So let's see this thing. Projectile motion on an incline. For physics, there is no need to do 10 different books, Take 1 or 2 books, bus copy 2 books. Do them thoroughly. Think about how many ways you can do the problem, what else can go wrong, how should you do any other approach and all that stuff. So this is theta. A particle is projected on an incline. Let's call this alpha. So alpha is the angle of inclination. So particle is projected with you at an angle theta. So this thing goes and lands on the ground. So basically here the idea is treat this as x-axis and treat this as your y-axis. So we want to find the range, H max, and the time of flight. So let me teach you how to do these kind of problems, and then we will go ahead. So this would be your range. So in this kind of problems, and theta here is angle of projection with respect to incline. So listen carefully. The idea is pretty straightforward. It kind of looks like that wind ka problem. So if this is alpha, and if you choose this as x and this is y,
What is theta? Theta is angle of
the projection, theta is the angle of projection with respect to the incline. Okay. Now remember the gravity is acting downwards g, and if you remember the components, this would be 90 minus alpha, and this would be alpha. In case you don't know how to take the components, let me show you that also. If this is alpha and this was gravity, this would be 90 minus alpha. This component will be g cos 90 minus alpha, that is g sin alpha, and this component will be g cos alpha. That means the gravity can be split into two parts. This will be g cos alpha, this will be ay, and this will be g sin alpha. This is just like the wind problem. You're getting it? This will become ax. So the particle now will think this is u cos theta, and this is u sin theta, which is uy, and this is ux. This exactly looks like the wind problem. The time of flight will depend on 2u vertical by a vertical. So u vertical is 2u sin theta, a vertical is g cos alpha. So g ka place mein you have g cos alpha, a ka place mein you have g sin alpha. Are you getting this logic here, everyone? And what about the range? Range is u cos theta into time of flight minus half. In this case, it is a minus, so half g sin theta, g sin alpha time of flight square. Take time of flight and substitute, you get the answer. Check it out. That's it. The projectile on an incline, right? The main idea is it is similar to the wind problem. You're projecting with u and theta. This gravity is g cos alpha, and this horizontal is j sin alpha. Again, I don't want you to mug up these formulas. I want you to understand how we did this. This is similar to the wind problem. Have a look at this. Let's do one or two problems on this. You'll get the hang of this. So the main idea here is divide the acceleration along the incline perpendicular to the incline. So treat the incline as x-axis. Divide the velocity u cos theta, u sin theta. The time of flight depends only on the vertical component. The range is u cos theta t plus half a t square. Substitute there and you're done. Do have a look at the steps. All clear with this? Now let's see something with some numbers. Now you guys try the same thing. We have an incline here. Let's say this is 37 degrees. You're projecting with 5 meter per second. This is also 37 degrees. Find range. Get it. A particle is projected horizontally from an incline, 37 degrees with the incline, and the angle of inclination is also 37. Find the point where it lands on the incline.
Sir, can you please show the formula of range again? Okay, thank you, sir.
No, don't remember the formula, but understand the process, no? How do we do this? Any answers? Try. You got a minute more. 19.8, such a precise answer. Okay. We can take GS10, right? But I don't think that's the answer, though. Let me just show you the steps, whether you did the same thing or not. Step 1, choose your x and y axis. So this guy would be my x and this guy would be the y axis. Step 2, divide the velocity and acceleration into components. So this will be g cos 37 and this will be g sine 37. Hope you remember the values of sine 37 and cos 37. Lakshika, I think you're right, Lakshika. Anika, you're wrong. Pratyush, you're also wrong. Sine 37 is 3 by 5, so this will be 6. This is 4 by 5, this is 8. And this velocity will be u cos 37, because this is also 37, so you're projecting. And u is 5. So 5 cos 37 is 4. And this is u sine 37 is 3. So this is your ui and this is your ux. I hope everyone got the same numbers here. Time of flight is 2u vertical by a vertical. So u vertical is 3 and a vertical is this guy, which is 8. So that would be 3 by 4 seconds. Now here, be careful, the range, observe this thing. Sorry. The ux and the ax are in the same direction. So they're actually supporting the motion. Ux, time of flight, plus half ax time of flight square. In the previous formula, the particle is going up, but the gravity was acting opposite. So it was negative. But in this case, the particle is going down, gravity is also down. The ux was 4, time of flight is 3 by 4, plus half ax is 6, and this guy would be 3 by 4 ka whole square. I think I did it right. 3 plus 3, and that's 27 by 16. How much is this? That would be 3, 16 plus 27. 43 numbers look bad. I must have messed up somewhere. Where
Sir,
did
I
I
think
go
instead
for?
of
It's not
3
Where
into
you
2,
messed up, sir?
27.
That was in 9, no?
9, not
Uh,
27.
Yes, sir.
9. Yeah, I do go for. How much is this? 3 into 16 plus 9, 25 by 16. That's your answer. Check. I hope you can see it's not difficult, right? Just divide the components and just the only difference will come wind curve problems and incline problems. This is the extra term, half ax tf square. That is the only additional part there. Check it out. Clear? Let's see one more. Last one for the day. This is theta, this is alpha, and this is theta. The particle is projected in such a way, this thing goes there and hits the incline perpendicularly. The particle is projected with u at an angle theta as shown. It hits the incline perpendicular to the incline. It hits the incline perpendicular to the surface. Find relation between theta and alpha. This happens for a particular angle of theta and alpha. Finish up. Last one for the day. Anshul, are you there? Anshul, are you there? Hello, Anshul, are you there? Yeah, you're kicked out of the class. And then we call your parents next. Normally, that is a standard procedure. Theta plus alpha is 90. Pratyush, you know what you just said? If you put theta plus alpha is 90, it means you're throwing the particle straight. They'll go up and come down straight. That's not what I asked, right? I asked you something else. You have to hit the inclined perpendicular. You found something else. How do we do this? Let's see. Cot theta might be right. No. Anshul, what happened? Got this. You're not responding when I was calling your name.
Sir, I went to the washroom.
Okay. Next time, just leave a message.
So that is why I had my video on. Like,
Okay. No, I said like that only. Anshul must have gone. Ali only said, sir, he's sleeping karke. So then I had to kick you out because Ali was saying, sir.
तो कुछ भी होता है मेरे नाम पे कोई दूसरे बकरा नहीं क्या?
Sir, next time we'll put it on Siddharth. So that way. Not Ali, no, you're the innocent person in the class. So, chalo, how to do this thing? This is u sine theta. This is u cos theta. Right? And this would be your uy and this would be your ux. No, you need to go to washroom, you need to drink water. I am totally fine with that. Just, can just put a message, sir. I need a minute, karke and switch off your cam and go. I don't mind. But just let me know. Because problem kya hai na? Even though your intentions are genuine, right? I have to be suspicious. Online class, right? I have to be suspicious for every damn thing. I don't trust. So let's see how to do this thing. So this guy would be ax, which is g sine alpha. This guy is ay, which is g cos alpha. Perfect. Now look at this. And the catch in the question is this: when you're hitting the ground, at this point, the final velocity vx is 0, isn't it? The velocity along the x component is 0. Whatever velocity you have only in the vy direction. Are you getting this? If you're hitting the incline perpendicularly, meaning vx component has become 0. So vx is equal to ux plus ax into t. Vx is 0. Ux is u cos theta. ax is minus g cos alpha into time. This is nothing but u cos theta by g cos alpha, and this will be actually time of flight. So during the time of flight, the horizontal component will become 0. And I also know time of flight is how much? 2u vertical by a vertical, which is 2u sine theta by g cos alpha. I goofed up somewhere. This is sine alpha.
So can you repeat why Vx is 0?
See now, you're hitting the incline how? Perpendicular to the incline. So if you're hitting the incline this way, and this is your x-axis, so what is your final velocity? Your final velocity is in y direction, right? There is no horizontal component, isn't it? Since it hits the incline perpendicularly, there is no horizontal component. There is no component along the incline. Sure, Vivan?
Yes, sir.
Anyone didn't understand that, but please ask. There is no component along the incline, means Vx is 0. That's it. If you got that, your job's done actually. U cos theta, g sine alpha, and the time of flight is 2u sine theta by g cos alpha. G gets cancelled off. We end up with tan theta, tan alpha, 2 tan theta, tan alpha is equal to 1. Check. That's your answer. So if you satisfy this condition, you'll hit the incline perpendicular. So two things, people. By the time you land on the ground, this is the time of flight. And during the time of flight, the horizontal component also becomes 0. And both of these things will get satisfied under this condition. All clear with this? So do check it out. We did some pretty good problems today. I think 39. So yeah, we did almost like, not once, we did around 8 problems. That's it. That is roughly, that's the number of questions we do every class. 6 to 8 maybe. But some are good ones, right? Some are standard models. So first thing you need to do, step 1, after you reach home, after home, right, tomorrow or something, take out these notes, take a rough paper, each and every question, try to do it on your own. Again, I'm telling you, today, most of the class, you did nothing. You were just listening to the class. You're getting it. Don't be under any false illusion that you did something. You did nothing. I did all the work. You guys have to take the notes tomorrow and try each question again on your own. Some of you will get it. Some of you will not get it. That is totally fine. When you're getting stuck, put a fight for 3-4 minutes and then go back to the solution and see. Trust me, you will learn much better. Most people don't do this one simple thing, and you waste a lot of time. And if you do this by tomorrow, you can finish off this 8 questions in half an hour. But if you wait for 1 week and then open the notes, every question will look new. And you'll spend more than 2 hours to solve these questions. Indirectly, you're wasting your time. One. Second thing, if you have not done any questions in your classes ka booklet, please start solving. Finish off your kinematics 1 day, projectile, do start solving. You're done with that, you need additional practice. You can go to my booklet level 4, level 5, and level 6. Start doing that. Okay, so that is one. So this week ka paper, right? I'll be posting the paper and the results in the group by tonight or tomorrow morning. And the next week ka paper is already online actually. You guys can start giving. So Aryan, you do ping me for the link. I'll register it.